mentor Hannes Böker to be again mentor to take care of a group of young people. Hannes, it's first of all your stage. Thank you very much.
Wait a moment. Sorry, wait a moment. Sorry, because YouTube is on the way. So 1 minute. I think we are already live. Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. And we just had Alessandro coming. Hello. And I saw also Cristina Ananasso from the European Commission as well. Hello. Okay, so team number 1. Sorry for that. Okay. Go ahead.
Hannes, creative strategist at Red Bulls, had been so kind to take care for one team. And Hannes, it's yours now.
Yeah, thanks a lot. So it has been a great weekend. Europe's getting tangible again all over the weekend, and especially this time with you, members of the European institutions. It's great that you are here on board. I told everyone this is a big difference. It's not just the European community and something somewhere. It now gets very tangible, and it's great that you're joining us. Thanks a lot. I have had the best team ever. I really must say. It's Paula from Latvia, Sana from Finland, and Luis from Portugal. And we were working on the topic, or the guys were working on the topic sports. They've done great. And with this great thank you to the team, I hand over to Luis.
Thank you so much, Hannes. I'm just going to share here my screen so we can get started. So we're team 1. Yeah, let's go, number 1. And the football industry is focused on the wrong things, right? It's all about these shiny awards and trophies, winning and competing. One of these awards is the prestigious Ballon d'Or, which last year alone had a reach of hundreds of millions of people in media. Yet with all this attention on the awards, there seems to be not much talk about the environmental issues surrounding the industry, CO2 emissions being a very important one. 505 tons of CO2 emissions were caused by the top 20 football players nominated for the Ballon d'Or in 2019. And get this, that's just by flying. So that doesn't include all the fancy sports cars or the expensive Argentinian steaks, right, Mr. Lionel Messi? Because there's no reason that he should be producing 108.9 tons of CO2 per year, while us mere mortals only produce about 4.8 tons per year.
Yes, so it's clear that Mr. Messi is very messy, and the carbon footprint left behind by football players is huge. So this year, we make the football players compete for something more important. And instead of awarding the best football player of the year with Ballon d'Or, we will replace the Golden Ball trophy with a much more important prize. Yes. Ballon de carbone, pardon my French, or in English, carbon ball or ball of carbon. So it's a trophy that's an exact replica of the golden trophy of Ballon d'Or, but it's made from compacted CO2 emissions. And the amount of CO2 in the trophy represents the emissions produced by the football industry in a day. And how will we choose the winner of the Ballon du Carbone? We will create a sustainability ranking. So very similar to the ranking of Ballon d'Or, but instead of tracking each player's individual football skills, Ballon du Carbone will be given to the player who's doing the most to save CO2 emissions. Because to make a change, first we need to track and monitor how big is the current problem.
Yeah, and as environment and climate change aren't what you would like call the hot topics within the football community, we need to do something edgy to kick things off. So what we'll do is that we partner up with the biggest stadiums in the world, and we paint the pitch outlines with this like black paint made of CO2 emissions. However, what we don't tell yet is that it symbolizes the pollution taking over the stadiums. After the conversation kicks off in Ernst and social media, we reveal our agenda and Ballon de Carbone. Many of us have seen big players such as Ronaldo and Messi shed tears on the pitch, but this time we plan on making them cry over something else. Because this year, first time in 10 years, Messi and Ronaldo are not in France football's best player ranking. This time the award goes to the player who has done most for the environment regardless of their status or stats. So for example, for this like Danish player, Sophie Petersen. And ideally, over the years, the trophy would get smaller and smaller until it ceases to exist. And this represents the industry's commitment to fight the climate crisis. And as we're kind of like poking the bear here, we really expect to get some feedback, but also a very big coverage on earned media. So here are some examples of possible PR headlines. So for example, they could write that France football makes history by calling out the sports industry for their impact on the climate change. Or in Finland, ensimmäistä kertaa jalkapallon historiassa arvostetun Ballon d'Or-palkinnon voittaja on divaripelaaja. Or on the New York Times, one step closer to environment-friendly soccer. Ballon de Carbone is the game changer. And that's how we do it. Thank you.
Awesome. Fantastic. Super. Very good. Very, very good. Cool. Ballon de Carbone. I love it. Hannes and team, congratulations. This is really something. Straightforward, and it looks fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Afterwards, we hug each other and so on. Up now to team 2. It's a great idea. Thank you very much. Really, really appreciate it. Great. Team 2, led by mentor Jamshid Al-Muti. Jamshid, would you say some famous first words?
Famous first words. I can't actually say much. I was really privileged. I loved the team. I let them introduce themselves to you guys. For me, was as usual. I wouldn't exchange any weekend. I would spend all my weekends doing that. Exactly this. It gives me a lot to be together with such talented amount of people and doing things for the greater good. So I had the most awesome weekend. I'll pass on to the team and enjoy the show.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is João. I'm going to share the screen. So, first of all, good afternoon, everyone. We are Team 2. I'd like to say it was a pleasure working with this brilliant group of people. First of all, our Chief Happiness Officer, illustrator and graphic designer Sani from Finland. Our talented graphic designer Yannick from Germany, who actually decided to quit his job and work for Jamshed. Our CEO, digital artist, self-made woman, and fashion icon, Stoken from Estonia. Our brilliant mentor, motivational coach that promises to hire us if this goes well, Jamshid the Great. And me, just a humble copywriter from Portugal. Okay, let's do this. Okay, we'll start by the problems. We have discovered that just 100 companies are responsible for 71% of the CO2 emissions. Although some of them have been making an effort to improve, it's still not enough to stop climate change. We know that. That hurts us, our planet, and the company's reputation. A lot of organizations are doing a great job exposing these companies' CO2 emissions. But that's not enough, and we want to do more. We want to educate companies on how to actually reduce their CO2 emissions. And here's the how. First of all, on one side, we have companies with high CO2 emissions and need improvement. On the other side, we have the best people to help those companies improve. They are the consumers of the future, the decision makers of tomorrow. In this case, we're talking about 12% of the entire European population, students and academics aged from ages 15 to 30 years old. And you know what? They are more than 90 million. So, companies are producing CO2 and students are buying their product. They depend on one another and are both accountable for the problem. So we decided to help them using education. And that's why we created CO Tomorrow, the first non-profit creative agency focused on CO2 reduction. What does it do? Well, first of all, we collect data on these companies regarding their CO2 emissions and identify key problems. For example, we looked at Nike, and the levels of CO2 emissions are different from business area to business area. Most of our research tells us that a lot of companies state they reduce CO2 emissions on, for example, distribution, but when we look at the data, actually, we see that the big problem is in footwear production. So we really want to grab these companies and identify the key problems. Step 2, we will create briefings for students based on those key problems. Step 3, those briefings are published on our website with an invitation for schools and universities to get engaged. We will invite these schools and universities to organize hackathons, workshops, and projects where students generate ideas on how to reduce CO2 emissions. Step 4, we collect ideas, those students' ideas, consolidate them, and turn them into actionable items. Then those actionable items are put together as recommendations and provided to the company. CO Tomorrow supports as needed to apply the measures. Step 6, at the same time, we'll make those solutions accessible to the public. Any other organization with similar challenges will be able to download this information as white papers and case studies through our app or website. And this is the interesting part. The entire story, from the briefing of the students to activities of the companies, it all will be posted on social media, creating transparency within society. So everybody can see that these companies now have the tools to do something. And as everybody is watching, they feel the pressure. They sit on the hot seat. So using the power of education, we can say, dear companies, forget yesterday, change today. See you tomorrow.
Look, we've got to talk. You always did what you wanted without consequences.
Yeah, sorry, can you please stop for a second? Can you change the sound settings?
Yeah.
Please, because it's we can't hear you.
Yeah.
In the video. Thank you.
Look, we've got to talk. You always did what you wanted without consequences, and that's fine. We were all careless once, rebel, young, but things change. You grow. Responsibilities pile up. And being ethical is not just a trend, This can't last forever. You're a big boy. You can't keep running away from your duties. Other people are counting on you. More than you can imagine. Do something, okay? Love you. See you tomorrow.
Bravo.
Hey, goosebumps, goosebumps, cool. And this was could happen with Jamshid. Oh my God, fantastic! Thank you very much. Fantastic, super idea, great presentation. It looks fantastic, and I mean, let's do it tomorrow. See you tomorrow or tonight or wherever, whenever. Cool, super cool, very, very good. But we have to continue. The next group is led by Charlotte Buffler, the Wunderwaffe. I could tell you like hours of stories and days of stories because I know her a bit better. So I handle over to Charlotte. Charlotte, your group is now on stage and you as well.
Wonderful. Thank you. I won't tell too much because my group has to tell much more important stuff right now. It's super strange to tell you that spending a whole weekend with like huge problems can be that much fun, but it is. And I'm super, super thankful and proud for this whole Creative Express and for Europe to making things like this happen and possible. And it's like, yeah, as in every Creative Express, it's amazing the different cultures and people and brains and ideas. And it's a firework of human beings and rock and roll. Go for it.
Okay, so let me share my screen. I think you guys can see it now.
Yes.
Give me just a moment. Okay. So, hi everyone. My name is Andre. I'm part of Team 3 together with Lars, Nhi, and our mentor Charlotte. And our territory is fashion. And the truth is that after a few minutes of research, we were kind of blown away by what we found. The impact this industry has on the environment is particularly harmful. And one of the major problems is that fashion brands are not transparent nor clear enough when it comes to communicate the issues that exist on their production lines. Did you know, for example, that to produce a shirt and a pair of jeans, companies use an average the equivalent to the water you drink throughout 28 years of your life? Did you know that 87% of all the fabric used to produce clothes ends up incinerated or in a landfill? That the textile industry is responsible for the emission of more greenhouse gases than international flights and maritime shipping combined. The thing is that neither did we. And one of the consequences of that is that we don't have the needed knowledge to make conscious choices when deciding on what clothes to buy. There are a lot of initiatives that are trying to help us by creating seals that allow us to understand that some parts of the production process is sustainable in some way. But the thing is that there are too many and they're not compulsory by law. They mean different things. And it's really difficult to keep up because there are a lot of different ones. But since our main goal is to empower people through knowledge, we decided to change that. And we created the EcoScore for the fashion industry. A score system that assures the consumer of the impact that specific piece of clothing they're buying had on the environment. The design was thought in a meaningful way. The more harmful to the environment the garment is, the bigger the visual impact of the attributed score. And this is our objective, to push the EU to create a legal framework that obliges fashion brands to add this score to all of their clothing tags and their digital counterparts, just like we already have with the Nutri-Score system for food. And how do we intend to push this? By making noise, by making a fashion strike. Fashion Strike is a communitary protest movement whose final purpose is to make the EcoScore a legal obligation to all the brands that operate in member countries of the EU. We want people to join us to convey the message that this is not a whim of some, but the will of many. And we are taking action in different ways. First, we want all our supporters from every country in Europe to join us on a real fashion strike, a month without buying new clothes, in which our outfits will always be complemented by this statement piece, a white fashion strike t-shirt. This t-shirt is our idea. You don't have to buy one from us. As everyone has a white t-shirt at home, you can simply customize it by your own means or download a printable stencil from our website so you don't lose your identity while protesting. During this month, protests will be organized all over Europe, and those are our opportunities to stand as a whole. Second, we will have a digital presence, of course, with a landing page where you can learn more about the movement, about EcoScore, its criteria and point system, join the movement, sign our petition, download a protest kit, and keep up with what's being made in order to reach our objective. We will utilize social media to spread the message and to talk about EcoScore, and we will have the help from a group of influencers who are known for their work in areas such as sustainable fashion, environmental action, and eco-lifestyle. In addition, we plan to launch a targeted ads campaign in which we will target the pages that contain articles talking about new collections to display contextual information about the said brands. The phrases will be written to fashion shame these brands, of course, whose behaviors are usually masked by beautiful communication campaigns. And here we have two different examples. One with an article about the new Levi's collection in partnership with Pokemon, and we wrote that it's actually easier to catch the 893 existing Pokemon than to find an eco-friendly piece of clothing from Levi's. In another example, we have an article about the PacSun collection, where we wrote, "We hope you can breathe positive California energy since PacSun is destroying the Amazon to produce these clothes." Apart from all this digital presence and the more classic protests that we have planned, there will also be space to put the foot in the door of the tightest fashion circuits. And in a guerrilla action, we will book a fashion show in the Paris Fashion Week to present a collection composed of only one piece, the Fashion Strike t-shirt. With that, we hope he can generate some buzz and appear in some of the most reputed magazines, social media pages, and media outlets. And finally, to top all of that, we will launch a special Vogue magazine edition where all the models inside will be wearing our Fashion Strike t-shirt. Join the movement, and thanks for listening to us.
Where's my t-shirt? Where's my t-shirt? I changed. I changed the shirt. Where is my t-shirt?
Oh, it's on its way. It's on its way.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah, I heard Charlotte is customizing it right now as we speak.
Terrific, fantastic. I'd love to be in the Vogue as well with this. Thank you very much. Good looking and fantastic presentation. Thank you, Andre. Great. So I may handle over to my new friend, if I'm allowed to say so. My new friend Bruna Gonzalez. She's from Portugal as well, like you. Bruna, it's your stage. Tell us how your team was working, and you had some troubles because you had to a guy who went ill, but you rechanged.
Yeah,
a powerful determined.
Yeah, it was just a normal day of a creative's life. So things happen without us knowing. But I think our team really turned around. It was a power female team. I'm really proud to be here, and actually I think this type of initiatives is what we need, is to put our creative brains to good use. We work with Beatrice from Italy, Susanna from Portugal, and Graziella from Italy. So very international brains, and I will say no further and let them do all the talking. I hope you like it.
Hello. I will be the one sharing. So, hello, we're Team 4. We're Susanna, Beatrice, and I'm Graziella, and our topic was packaging. So we all know that we have a problem, and that the EU, one of the ways the EU is trying to tackle this problem is by progressively reducing packaging waste by 2025. sounds like a good plan, but what is the reality? If we look at it this way, the reality is I go outside in the summer, I buy some Magnum ice cream, but it's covered in packaging. If I even want to get some fruits, they are covered with packaging. And of course, yogurt is covered with packaging. Everything I do, I almost can't buy anything without having packaging around it. So what will we do? How can we reach our CO2 emission goals in a world that is coated with packaging? We need to go packless.
And what does it mean to go packless? Of course, for the European Union means to go pollution less. It means to go plastic less. It means also to go with no emission. And lastly, it means to go oil-less and of course remorseless with what we are doing with the earth. But how do we do it? The European Union should present the packless store, the first store where you buy your favorite brands, but without the packages. So what we want actually is to have this innovative dispenser system and the luxury look. So everything that all you buy is goods that people love, but everything is without the packaging. So it's a win for them and a win for the earth. And obviously it's a statement for all of the brands that are up there, because we are saying, you're welcome to come in, you're welcome to come into our house, but for doing so, you have actually to take off all your packaging. You have to strip naked. You're welcome then. Thank you for coming.
The packless store wants not only to challenge the big brands by rethinking their packaging, but become a new movement, a new reality. Do you want a gin? Sure, but bring your bottle. An espresso? Yes, but bring your mug. Do you want to save the world? It is in your hands. And by the way, it is great for the environment.
So to all the big brands out there, what we are proposing is to join the future by leaving your packaging behind. So go packless. Thank you.
Oh, as I told you yesterday, I'm super curious to come to your concept store to buy Veuve Clicquot and in my own bottle. Maybe it's a bigger bottle than they have, and buy it as sort of packless. great to have an idea and like a concept store like that. Super. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now I head over to Eric Kessels. A sort of Eric, may I say you're sort of a pop star? No, super creative, European creative, and Eric give us the honor to take care for one team as well, and here you are.
At least I don't feel like a pop star, because after I had a bit of a party last night, so I don't feel like a pop star today.
Age 80, so you get a cool cool daddy.
Yeah, but I got to know Lara, Irene, Asia, and Imad in our team. And it was very nice group of people, and I think also in the whole already the ideas we saw, it's bizarre how many and how big ideas you can make within 2 days, almost less than 2 days. And my team also had spent quite a lot of time on the topics and the ideas, and it was nice to see how much they produced. But in the end, they looked and they went in a way for the most uncomfortable one. So that is the one they're going to share with you. Okay.
Thank you, Eric. Okay, so that's our presentation. Let's do it. We are team 5. We are Asia, Lara, Irene, and me. I'm Imad, and our topic is food. So let's talk about food. I think that's a topic that we all like to talking about. So, but today we're talking about a problem, and everybody knows actually the problem. It's about eating meat, because eating meat is killing our planet. More than 25% of the CO2 emissions comes from the food sector, especially from the meat sector. So we could store up to 15% of the current CO2 by 2050, and it's actually really, really easy. by just changing the way how we eat. But it's not happening, even if there are so many different diets, flexitarian, vegetarian, so many diets. We don't stop eating meat. We still continue eating meat. So maybe the solution is that we start eating another type of meat. And we're talking about human meat. Yes, human meat. If we really want to stick with meat, but want to reduce CO2, then eating humans is a great solution, right? And it's actually really possible. Welcome to the Cannibal Manifesto too. Laura, the sound is not working.
Start again, otherwise, Imad.
Yes, sounds crazy. It's not far from reality.
Can you start again, Laura, please?
Meetings correspond to the foods.
Let's start the video again.
Should humans eat humans to save CO2? Fried finger sticks, brain bolognese, or heart crackers? Sounds crazy. It's not far from reality. More than 25 CO2 emissions correspond to the food sector, especially to the meat sector. And it seems that some have found a solution: human meat. Yes, you read that right. How? We recycle the meat of humans after death. Is killing us the only solution to save the planet? Eat our human ethics is what will make us survive? This may be the dose of reality that you need to reduce your meat consumption. Or you might want to eat your friends. Either way, it's time for our way of eating to stop destroying the planet.
Hi. So our idea is to make people open their eyes and realize that if we don't reduce our meat consumption, we will have to take drastic measures like cannibalism. So to communicate this manifesto in the streets, we create posters with an impressive and provocative messages. Dip your fingers in sauce, eat them, and save the planet. Just hungry? Maybe you can order a fried human finger and save the planet. Make this bolognese recipe: tomato, onion, olive oil, human brain, and save the planet. My granny cooks the best human blood soup. Ask me for the recipe and save the planet. Is killing ourselves the only solution to save the planet? So at the first appearance, the copy can look like we are encouraging the people to practice cannibalism to save the planet. But when you read the copy, you realize that it's a dose of reality, a provocative call to action to make us reduce our meat consumption. That is a dose of reality, a provocative call to action to make us reduce our meat consumption. And this is a kind of a fake advertising to distribute our manifesto. Now it's up to you.
Yeah, so will you eat less meat or will you end up eating your friends? Like, it's up to you. Of course, it's not a solution or a realistic scenario which we are aiming for, but it's a wake-up call to all of us that we can all change it so we are not becoming cannibalism. Thank you.
Oh my God, fantastic, super cool. I mean, I love the idea that Ursula von der Leyen is presenting the Cannibalism Manifesto and she's presenting the posters. I thought, excuse me, but I think if she would do that, you'd say, okay, eat your friends. This would be like really something. And I mean, communication is everything. And this would be make a point, and it's really, oh my God, it's Thank you for rock and roll. Great, terrific. Thank you. Cool. Now I hand over to the next group led by Patsy Haslinger. Patsy, are you in your? Yes, you are. Ah, yes. Your team, your stage. Rock and roll. Thank you.
Well, thank you for having me. And I had a great group with Giselle from Spain, with Carla from Estonia, and Vlad from the Ukraine. A super talented advertiser, young advertiser, who don't settle with the first idea until we find the right one. And we had a great time, and I'm sure I will read about them or from them in one of the next RDC Europe books, I'm sure. And thank you very much. And for all together, I believe after the presentation, you will shower differently tomorrow than today. Good luck.
Hi everybody, like all around the world, like wherever you are, I don't know which direction you are. So today I'm really glad to be joined by Carla the Majestic and Gisela the Great, best of art directors from Tallinn and from Barcelona. So today we got an interesting topic because like a lot of us had some ideas for others already from the beginning. But we got the hygiene topic. So, and the challenge was how could we, how can we like reduce the CO2 emissions in personal hygiene category? So, and firstly, and quite obviously, there was a lot of research, like research, and we found a couple of interesting stuff to share with you. So, thinking about hygiene, we firstly like took probably might be the most obvious object in our bathroom, which was the shampoo. And we thought like, is it possible to save the world with a single bottle of shampoo or something? And despite some, you know, when we firstly deep into the topic, we were thinking, okay, this must somehow has to do with the packaging, because like, you know, packaging is a problem. And then we thought, okay, logistics might be like the problem because we know like transport is causing a lot of CO2. However, the interesting thing was that a recent study shows that only from 5 to 10% of the whole environmental emissions shampoo causes originate from like raw materials, manufacturing, design stage, and distribution, with like the biggest part of it, like 80% of the impact from the shampoos comes from two last stages, the consumer use stage and the post-consumer use stage, meaning like how do we use the product and what we do with the product next. So by this, we decided to concentrate on the habits of like our hygiene habits. And like we all love hot showers, right? But do hot showers love us back? That was the question. And we did a lot of research and the answer was definitely no. I mean, if you like hot shower as me, I mean, I have bad news for you. There is a lot of data here, but I won't stop here. The main stuff you need to understand, and like our most interesting findings. Firstly, the first one is from the dermatologists, because they say temperature around 45 degrees in the shower is already enough, like to wash all your dirt from you, and it also going like even on like beyond it, it might be even harmless for your body. The other thing we know is from other study is that how hot the shower, how hot is the temperature of the shower you take hugely influences the amount of CO2 produced. I mean, the logic is simple. You make the water hotter, you need more energy to heat it up, you cause more CO2 emissions. And yeah, so this is like our basement. This was our basement for idea. And Carla will present you the solution we got.
Yeah, so I'll talk a little bit about the solution. We wanted to make a practical solution with a strong message. So what we did, we made a responsive, sorry, my cat is here, a responsive shower cap, which reacts to hot water. So if you're over 60 degrees, above 45 degrees, the shower cap turns from blue to red. So it's a good indicator to cool yourself down, to cool the shower down and save CO2. So we made a little animation as well, so you can see for yourself. So yeah, our message comes from the phrase "keep it cool," but since we're doing it with shower caps, we went for it. We went for "cap it cool." But the idea is to make an open patent technology that's not only developed by, we have one brand, but it's reusable by other big brands to send the message across, because big brands are the ones that get the message across the best. So everyone can adapt this message to their products. Vlad or Gisela, do you want to add something?
Yeah, I can continue from now.
I would add a thing. This is like this is not only a simple like trademark technology or something like this. We have heard like a lot about technologies, well, about cases when, you know, for example, Volvo would be sharing the whole information they got for 30 years of studying car accidents and like learning from like which body types, female, male, fat or thin, how does the accident influences you, and they gather this study and they like, you know, opening up to the whole industry, changing, like trying to change the world. And this act is cool, but so far this act has no like specific name, like no, there is no naming for doing so. So we came up like with something like OPTM, like open patent trademark. So it's basically any type of technology a brand produces to make the future more sustainable and willing to share it with the other players in the industry to make it like you know, an act of togetherness, an act of you know, showing that we all care for our future pretty much the same.
Yeah. This technology, I mean, this idea is gonna be led by DAF, the shampoo brand. But the best thing of this idea is that DAF is gonna share this technology with all the other brands, with all the other brands from this industry that wanna join it, because the priority here is to save CO2, not to be the first brand. So I think this is a very important thing that DAF is sharing this with the other ones. So as Carlos said, this technology, this cap is gonna turn red when we spend too much time in hot water. So it's gonna be kind of a timer that it's gonna tell us you're wasting too much CO2 because we have to heat all this water. So it's gonna be something that is gonna warn you. And of course, we're gonna communicate this in the streets. We're gonna play with the steam that it's left in the mirrors, for example, to tell people, thank you for cooling your shower and of course for cooling the planet. And there's gonna be a microsite, a DAF microsite, where everyone can go and find out more about this initiative. And of course, as DAF is sharing this idea, this is gonna be a news. And maybe, and only maybe, this can be a new shampoo era, because people will be more conscious of how much amount of water we spend when we have a shower. And future lines of communication for this idea could be, for example, 3-minute mashups of popular songs of artists that we like. So I know that I can have a shower with a 3-minute mashup of Britney Spears, but when Britney Spears finishes, I have to stop. So it could be called like wash up or something. And also we could do like little tracks that could go in the street and refill your shampoo bottles, so that we don't have to buy plastic bottles every time we buy shampoo. This could be like future lines following the same idea. We don't know how far this idea can go, but we do know something, that it's that if we shower cold, maybe we can save the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
What a wonderful, super cool, simple, convincing idea. Thank you very much. Fantastic. I mean, simple ideas like that can really move something, and it's really amazing. As Eric said, in 1.5, 2 days, to come up with an idea like that is really something. You are special. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Cool. Okay. But next. Irina. Our friend Irina, my friend Irina from Kiev, is with us the 3rd time as a mentor. And she has a difficult topic, but maybe she... but by the way, Carla, you sound perfect. You sound like a jumbo jet pilot, like this. With this, it's like this is your pilot speaking. It's. I have to have this headset as well. Okay,
I'll send you.
Back to Irina. I hope you're on start, because this is your station. Your stage now. Irina from Kiev, and she got her own agency now, and will tell you what happened in the team number 7. Irina and team number 7 on stage, please.
Hello there, and this was a really amazing experience. You know, we're now celebrating Easter in Ukraine, and I will remember this Easter as the most remarkable, the most outstanding Easter in my life. And it's fantastic how many things and ideas one small team can create during 2.5 days, you know. It was fantastic. And we really had a very complicated topic, construction and building. But I hope you will like what we've presented. Okay, I will give the opportunity to start to Alina, and I want to thank to whole my team, Keelan from Ireland, Rita from Lithuania, Mireia from Barcelona, and Alina again from Germany. Please start, guys. Good luck.
All right, hello everybody. I hope you can see everything clear and you can hear me clearly. So as everybody else before already said, our topic was quite difficult, and we were all like, okay, this is a topic that concerns us all somehow, but we never really thought about it. But we've found a quite interesting way to start this topic and think about this topic and find problems and maybe a good solution. So the main problem for us, or for everybody, is that construction industry causes 40% of the carbon dioxide emissions worldwide. And it seems impossible for us, for me, for you, for everybody who thinks about it, to make a change in an industry where decisions are made so far away in boardrooms and government levels. It's out of reach for us, even though we want to make a change and we want to think about it. It's a topic that it's not every day, it's not daily. So what can I, as a single person, as a small fish in the ocean, do about it in my daily life? Is there anything that I can do to change and to make the world a better place? And this is a feeling of helplessness that we came to, and this was the basis for us to start our thinking and to to start thinking of, okay, what can we actually do, especially as the Generation Z and as millennials who actually have the future ahead of us still, and who we all want to do something, and we all are engaging even more with younger age. So this is our main target group that we're trying to reach with our idea, and it's the feeling of helplessness that we really want to embrace and want to change, and this is where we want to take action. Yes, this is what I said. I just forgot to click. All right. And we created a little mood video to get you into our way of thinking even further. So enjoy watching it.
You protest in the streets, yet you're not a leader. You just shout loudly, "Go Greta!" You cycle, recycle, upcycle, downcycle. You turn off the lights and the water, of course. You eat vegan, no meat. Still, you're not good enough. You want to do more, but that's not up to you. Because that's it, that's all you can do. And still the world won't get greener. So let's make it greener. Take it to the streets, become a leader. Shout out, "Go Greta!" Recycle and bathe in eco-lights. Become vegan or not. Go eat meat. You want to do more, and now it is up to you. Because that's it, that's what you can do. Be green and watch the world become greener.
Brilliant. Thanks, Helena. Sorry, I'm saying brilliant to the video that we create ourselves. Is that loud? Okay, I'll keep going. So this is introducing green. So to go back to what we were talking about, and the insight was that it just seems like a really impossible industry to make a change for just a normal person like ourselves and someone Gen Z and millennial. How do we actually get into this kind of industry and make a change? So this is, we created the app Green, and you can actually go on to the next slide there, Elena, thanks. So it's the first ever sustainable build investment app that gives you the power to build a world you want to see with just one click. So this is our headline, our tagline, our brand motto, our brand manifesto, our claim, everything all in one little line, which is make your money green. So what we're saying to people is to get them to actually invest in different projects that are going on around the world in the future. So future builds, sustainable builds, wind farms, using CO2 concrete that traps CO2, all the different planned sustainable projects that are going on in Finland and Oslo and Ireland and all across Europe. We're asking young people to actually invest in that, because not only will they invest their money, but they will invest their attention, they'll invest their care, they'll actually get, it's more of an education app as well. By asking people to invest in these different bills, we can create a change and a change in mindset and empower young people to feel like they're making a difference and making some money while they're doing it as well, which is very important. So you can go on to the next slide there, and I'll just quickly talk you through the app. We have a little video here. So this is how the app will work. So that's working there. So you download the app. This is the app here, Green, as you said there. So you have a profile. Welcome, Peter. This is Peter here from Germany. So it has a profile set up. You can go see all the future planned builds in the public sector and private. So maybe it's a big thing going on in Oslo, or someone's just putting solar panels on the roof in France. So you can click, Sophia here is private. So that's setting up solar panels on her roof. She needs 10 investors. You can invest in that. This shows what people are investing already. So in the future, if they sell money back to the grid, you can get your money back. This is the profile here. This is Peter's profile. So it'll be private and public. So it's to show CO2, how he's helping the environment and how he's helping his pocket as well. So it's a way of kind of getting people involved in the future of Europe, as much as €5 to €100, investing in these future products. So just a way to kind of really talk to young people in a tech way to get them to care with their money and with their minds as well. So yeah, so you can go on to actually the next slide. We'll talk about how we just communicate with this audience. So we're talking to people who are already pissed off. So we were told we could swear in the presentation. So we're already talking to people who are really fucking pissed off. And so this is the communication here. So we thought, why not talk to these people who are pissed off and say something? You'll never be a leader. Be a leader. So we're actually putting in the tag, the brand name there, green, and we're putting in an extra E for a bit of fun and saying, make your money green, download the app now. So the way to tap into this kind of future-focused, angry sentiment that's going on now. People are pissed off, so let's get them pissed off and make them even more pissed off, so they actually invest in the app. You can go into the next slide there. Thanks, Alina. So this is just some more of the headlines and communication we're talking about. You know, you won't bring change with the extra E. You know, you don't care about the future, care about the future. I touched my light there, sorry, I'll carry on. So basically what we're doing is we're just getting people pissed off, and we're piquing their interest, and we're getting them involved in the future of Europe and to plan and invest in the sustainable bills. This is just another on the next slide there. Thanks, Alina. Yeah. So this is a greenfluencer. So what's that? We're just going to get people, different influencers, to actually get involved in this, and they can be our greenfluencers. This is Michaela as well. I don't know if anybody knows. It's a AI robot influencer. So we can get her to actually be in these future bills that haven't even happened yet, and have her talk about these future bills that are happening all over the world, maybe 3 or 5 years. And it's getting people and the young people involved into making something sexy that isn't that sexy. That's the job at hand, and that's what we want to do. And you can do it by getting people to care and getting people to make money as well. So so yes, I think that's it. Thank you very much. We put in an extra E there just to make it spicy, and that's us. Stay green as well. Thank you.
Fantastic. Cool. I already loved your logo type. Jamshid, don't call your venture capital guys. No, Jamshid, stop it. Don't call your venture capital guys. No, not at all. Not now. Okay, please. Terrific. Wonderful. Come on, it's like, as I told you, I mean, fantastic. Super cool.
Okay, thank you. Great weekends. Great working with everybody. Thank you. It's blast.
I mean, yeah, well, this is a magic weekend. And thank you for being with us at Easter time, Irina. Sorry, but I didn't mention it, that you have a big thing in Ukraine going.
It's the most mysterious Easter in my life. It's okay. Thank you.
So we'll be back in Kiev. Maybe we do an Ukrainian Express in Kiev one day soon. So yeah, we'll work on that. Thank you very much. Thank you. And now the team of mobility. David.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello, David. You are like introducing your team and the fantastic idea. I don't know, but I'm sorry. I don't talk no more. It's your stage, your team.
Okay, thank you. Hello. Well, this was my first time as a mentor here in ADC. It was really great, amazing, and magic. Wow, I don't know, I'm impressed. It was 3 days. In these 3 days, I had to be a lot of places. I used my mobile to be in I was in touch with everybody as the way I could, and it was amazing because they were working a lot. And the funny thing is the mobility is a huge problem. And I don't know, to stop thinking I mean, it's so huge that to find a simple way to solve this is not easy. And it was amazing because just at the first day, on Friday, they found an idea very, 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 very simple and very, I don't know, for me it was fantastic. Well, I would like you to present them. And Nina from Czechia, Jess from Switzerland, Igor from Ukraine. And I don't know, I just want to say that they used humor. I know the problem is huge, the problem is dangerous. Mobility is not really a simple thing, but they used humor to solve it in such a way that I'm impressed. So please just talk about it.
Hi, I guess I'm the one sharing my screen.
Yes, hello everyone. We would love to share with you an idea which we believe is something you have no idea about, and you have no idea that such a thing exists. And it's such a simple thing for all of us to do to save a lot of things. So let's see the video, enjoy it, and have fun with us.
Funktioniert?
We need a sound. We need a sound.
How do I take out my phone?
Hope you get to Boston on time.
Don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up.
Well, that was our video with our insight, about which Jessica will talk about in a second. It had a kind of a strange ending, right? We were talking about nipples. Do we have some nipple fans in our group? I hope we do. And you'll find in a second what we really mean by the nipples. So let's see that.
Perfect. So check your nipples. I'd like to start with the inside. A simple step of inflating your tires can reduce your carbon footprint up to 40%. So just by checking the pressure, you can save money, save gas, and you can save the planet. This has a huge impact because if you think about it, up to 45% of the transport emission comes from cars, buses, motorcycles, and taxis, and anything else you find on the road. So just by one simple step, you can have such a huge impact. But what are these little weird doohickeys called? You see left, right, and center. Pump it up, you just unscrew it and you check the pressure. Yes, they're called nipples. And with this small insight, but attention grabbing insight, we've built an idea.
And our idea is to check your nipples, pump it up, and off you go, saving your money, saving the planet at the same time. So what we want to do, we want to create an integrated campaign to raise awareness and tell people that there is just one simple solution for all of us to check our nipples, pump them up, and off we go by saving money, saving gas, and reducing our carbon footprint. It's easy as that. And what we want to do, we want to communicate through like very different kind of platforms to spread the message to all of the Europe, maybe the world.
Yeah, and starting through the execution, we spread it into really different parts. And we start with the main visual that will be all over the world, that nipples go on and offline. It's 360 campaign to raise the awareness. Yeah, so the main visual is the simple nipple sticker that will be all over the Europe, in the rural areas, as well in the big cities, and even in Ukraine, online, offline. We will have the page on the internet that shows you the information that you should have. You should check your nipples, you should pump your tires properly, and then the plant will be safe. Yeah, so as it is. Yeah. Then we'll have the activation on the gas station. Just imagine you go to a gas station to get the fuel. You stop there, then you go for a coffee or a hot dog or whatever, and then you rapidly see how the Formula One professionals go to your car really quickly. In 2 seconds, they do something to your tires, then bring up and calling you, hey, watch your nipples, pump your tires. It's take only 2 seconds, and then they run away just with a strong message. Yeah, so Formula One professionals that check your nipples and pump your tires to the proper way as an activation part. And also to bring more information to a younger generation so they could not make the mistakes that we did. We also put this idea into the game. The Fortnite game that is all over the world, and there is a mechanic in the game when you take the tire, you throw it to the car, and then it boosts your car. So it will be like a really easy quest when you have to like throw the tire 5 times to a car or 10 times, and then you get this sticker with the nipple inside, and then you get also a dance where showing how you're pumping the tire and many other emotions. So to bring it also to the game world. Yeah, so this is basically how it looks.
So overall, there are many different kinds of executions you can go, but what our main aim is of the idea is that you have to check your nipples, you pump it up, and you save the planet. Thank you very much.
Bravo. Fantastico. Super. Terrific. It's really so simple, so funny. I mean, Irina asked for fun in advertising and in sort of this kind of campaigns. Can we be online now?
We are.
We are? Not me.
Because
I have the nipple lady beside me.
We decided to now check the nipples.
Yeah, lots of nipples to check now.
How fitting.
Thank you. Thanks. So we are going to check nipples in the next whatever half an hour. Thanks a lot. Fantastic, super funny, and but I mean, super simple idea, and so true. And I mean, one can really do something with having creative ideas and bringing these creative ideas to people. Thank you very much. Thank you. So the last team is the team of a guy called HP. And this team is Eva from Latvia, Claudia from Italy, Eva from Ireland, and Lawrence, an Austrian living in Hamburg, poor guy, but I think he survives there. Thanks for team 8. Now the last team, team 9, and my team, it's your stage, and thank you.
Well, hello there, Europe. This is Team 9 speaking. As HP mentioned, consists of Eva, Claudia, and Lawrence. And we had this great pleasure to tackle the problem of media and entertainment industry. And it is what we did. Are the slides moving? Yes, they are. Please continue. Yes. So now you see these 2 pictures and you can think to yourself, which one of these situations create more carbon emissions? How do you think? And spoiler alert, the answer is rather surprising, they're both kind of equal, because the footprint of gadgets, wireless networks, and servers account for a rather mind-blowing 3.7% of total global emissions. That means, talking about nipple checks, for instance, did you know that streaming porn takes up as much carbon emissions as whole Belgium in 1 year? Or this Zoom meeting, which has been like for an hour or so, has already produced 1 kilogram of carbon emissions. And that is a problem. And the other problem is that people don't know it, and they are not aware of it. They do not realize it. We have to bring this up, and we have to really, really solve this. Like, instead of letting shit happen, we have to make some shift happen. And that is why we came up with an idea.
We call our campaign Data Counts, because the data we use every day have a negative impact on the environment. It increases the carbon footprint, an environmental indicator that measures the amount of greenhouse gas emissions. Our purpose is to raise awareness to the pollution generated by data usage. Therefore, this is the logo we created for our movement. We use the thumbprint instead of the footprint because our thumbs are used for scrolling and consuming data.
Great. So when we started talking about this idea of your carbon thumbprint instead of your carbon footprint, we thought, well, instead of maybe doing another traditional advertising campaign, what if we could actually go to kind of the source of the problem? And phones are obviously almost never out of our hands. So we thought, what if we could actually change the phone itself? Obviously, our phones know so much about us, and they know the steps we take and where we are at any moment. They know our location, and they can even check our heart rate. So why can't they check our carbon emissions? So we decided, instead of creating another app or a website, we were going to actually change the phone software itself. So introducing the Carbon Counter. So the Carbon Counter, like I said, it's not another app. It's going to be actually an integral part of your phone software. So next time, say you have to update your iPhone or the software upgrades, this Carbon Counter will actually appear on your phone. So let me show you how it works. So like I said, you would go into your settings and your Carbon Counter will sit alongside things like your screen time or your sounds. So it's a part of your phone. And when you go into it, it'll give you all this kind of practical information. So it'll tell you the kind of online behaviors you have that we're not really aware of previously that cause carbon emissions, like video streaming, image sharing, audio streaming, these kind of bad habits that cause carbon emissions. And it'll categorize them according to screen time, so how long, say you've been watching YouTube videos, and it'll actually convert that screen time into carbon emissions. So we really like this. It's really practical and really functional, and you can imagine people checking this, because I think we all do care about the environment and climate change and trying to make a difference. But at the same time, we thought it is very practical, and how can we kind of get people to be kind of emotionally engaged with it and have it constantly on their minds. So as part of this Carbon Counter, you will also have a Green Saver. So Green Saver will be the lock screen on your phone. When your software updates to have this Carbon Counter, your phone's background will be of a beautiful scene of nature. But the more you use your phone, the more kind of destruction we'll see happen in this nature scene. So let me show you. So as you can see, it gets pretty ugly, and you'll have a notification from your Carbon Counter advising you to put your phone away, because of course it will help save the planet, and your data counts. And of course, when you actually do put your phone away, you can see this kind of positive reinforcement, and the scene becomes more beautiful. We see kind of nature returning. And another example, in this one, you can see like the sky begins to clear the more you've stayed away from your phone. So it's kind of like rewarding you for doing the right thing. And now Claudia is going to take you through Eco Streaming.
We also create the Eco Streaming. Eco Streaming can be a Google plugin that you can download and compress the quality of any kind of video. but sometimes we watch video in unnecessary high quality. So echo streaming could be also an option on YouTube that suggests and allows to reduce the quality of the video. We made a pre-roll ads on YouTube to let people know that for reducing the emission of CO2, they have to reduce video quality. And the idea also says that you have to skip it as soon as possible, because in that way you reduce emissions. The background is pixelated because we want to promote lower quality picture and videos to reduce data usage.
All right, so yeah, so now that we kind of have these really cool tools and features, we of course had to ask ourselves, how do we get the message to the people out there? And the answer is quite simple. By using famous influencers, but not in a traditional online way, but in a more offline way for the first time. And yeah, so simply by giving them these signs with these really bold messages on it. This one saying, "Don't be a Mother Nature fucker. Streaming porn emits CO2. Cut back on data for good, and our logo data counts." So yeah, so we made a variety out of it. Or this one, golf stream over YouTube streams, cut back on data for good. Some people from you might know this guy. He's a famous guy that just holds up these signs in New York and got famous for it. Or another one saying, "No revolutions, just lower resolutions. Cut back on data for good." So, but the question remaining, how do people see these people? How does it get like more of a PR idea? So we thought of live weather cameras filming them all over the place.
Yeah. So as Lawrence was saying, instead of running a traditional advertising campaign, because we kind of don't want to add to more online pollution, we decided to more hijack places online where people already are, and where people are doing these bad online behaviors. And one of the worst things is online gaming, which of course is hugely popular, and people play and stream games online for hours and hours. So we had this idea to hijack one of these games for the ultimate survival game. So Fortnite is a super popular game that I'm sure everyone knows of. So we decided, so Fortnite is a survival game where you kind of can create a new world. So we decided, what if we could create a world where the more you play, the worse the world becomes. So you see the climate destruction, because of course, the more time you're spending online, the more carbon emissions you're creating. And then to get that message out, we thought it wouldn't be fun to get Twitch and online gamers. So these are kind of like influencers who stream their play online, to actually see this happen in kind of real time, and obviously report back on kind of what they're finding. And just today, actually, when we were putting all these ideas together, we were thinking like our instinct when we kind of talk about climate change and carbon emissions is sort of to punish people or tax people. And instead, wouldn't it be nice to actually give people a reward? Because I think we all do want to do the right thing. And so we have this idea of the reverse phone bill. So for the first time in the EU, we're all used to hearing phone networks talk about how much data they're giving us, like the best contract, all you can eat data. And instead, for the first time across the EU, what if we introduced a new phone contract that would actually reward you for using less data? So at the start of each month, you would pay your bill up front, but then over the course of the month, you would have the opportunity to actually earn money back from using less data. So actually rewarding you for saving data and helping, of course, to save the planet, because your data counts.
And thank you. It was a really great pleasure My pleasure presenting this. And since we really do believe that data counts, we are switching our cameras off right now. And we suggest you do the same. Thank you.
But I'm still here. But I'm still here, and I'm back. Thank you very, very much, Eva, Claudia, Eva, and Lawrence. You have been fantastic, super cool, and lots of ideas in there which are really can come across. And now this is the end of the presentation, and I must say I'm so close to tears, because 10 years ago when we started this Creative Express, it was a small, tiny, little bit idea. We had fun, and now we are here and we have 9 fantastic ideas that may help the world to be a better place. And all of you, my team, the best team, of course. No, my team, the other 8 teams, you have brought up so super fantastic ideas in 2.5 days, which is, I mean, I'm really stunned, and thanks a lot to let's make an agency for weekends, because we have the week over have with time, and the weekends we do the agency and sell your fantastic ideas for a lot of money to whomever. But no, thank you so much, all of you. Thank you, merci, thank you, Blanca, thank you, Jamshid. It was all the mentors. It was again, as last year we had the first digital Creative Express. I thought, yeah, come on, no. But again, it's possible not only to exchange creative ideas, but also emotions. And this is super astonishing to exchange emotions via these digital channels. And I'm really super pleased. And but I'm also super curious, Alessandro, what may I have 2.5 sentences from you?
Oh, wow. 2.5 sentences. Okay. No, I came with the idea of being surprised, but I think working at the Commission for like 6 years, just, you know, got all my levels out of sync, because I wasn't ready to be surprised like this. So first of all, congratulations to everyone for the work, for the intensity, for the craziness. There's a lot of intuition in a lot of these ideas. Some of you have touched and sometimes things that are already existing. And for example, the idea of not using packages. There are already supermarkets here in Brussels. There's one. You go in with your bottle, and then you fill it up with oil. You fill it up with coffee. You fill it up with so. Even though they may be presented as crazy ideas, there's someone who's actually as crazy as you, who has already put it in place. So, I'm really, fascinated by the last team with this idea of embedding into the phones these counters. It's like really a way of rewarding the idea of the fashion strike. Just as a curiosity, I stopped buying underwear 2 years ago. I make my own underwear. I buy the fabric from a producer, and it's made of hemp and ortica, I don't know, and I just sew it myself, because exactly for the same reason, because these people are destroying the environment with all the t-shirts that we have. So congratulations, because it also shows that, guys, you already know what's the problem. What is surprising is that why you guys you have it so clear, and so few other people, the big ones, don't have it as clear as you. So just push the communication, push the awareness, and contribute to make a beautiful, sustainable, inclusive planet. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Alessandro. Thank you so much. Fantastic. Yes, yeah, it's great. It was again a super intensive creative weekend, and this sort of Creative Express, we will continue to work on and also not only the environment, but also like in the education of young people and helping young people to develop with fantastic mentors and ideas. So thanks a lot.
Yes, thank you very much, Alessandro. Thank you. And thank you everyone for joining. Hannes, I can see your heart here. Do you want to say something on behalf of the ADC board? Hannes, you're a member of the board and you've been
I cannot say no now, of course. No, thanks, Messi. No, of course, on behalf of the board, thanks to everyone. It was a pleasure. It's just always sad to say goodbye like this on a video screen. I hate this. And actually last year we were thinking of, okay, next year we do it live again. So this is now postponed to 22 maybe, or later this year if everything goes well. I'm looking forward to everyone getting vaccinated. Or at least survive this shitty crisis, but we're on a good way, I think. Again, a lot of thanks to you, Alessandro, for joining us. And I think a crucial part on behalf then also being part of the board is to say that we rely heavily on EU funding, and we try to make the best out of everything that you are so generous to hand over to the RDC of Europe. It's really the thing that we want to do, and you could see it yourself on this weekend, how beautiful it is to work with people from all countries and just to see how much power there is in. And yeah, we keep on going like this, and hope to see you soon all live and in person. Thanks a lot to everyone.
Yes.
Thank you, Hannes.
Thank you, Hannes. Okay. We could do a sort of an after presentation party, 15 minutes.
Yeah, we can also invite everyone to join us for next programs. We are going to organize High Potentials in June, where we are going to gather senior creatives and young creatives to do like portfolio reviews and to give new career opportunities for young creatives. So we will put together senior talents or agencies looking for young talents. So that's a new opportunity for you. And we are going to launch in June the Creative Incubator, where Jamshid is the director. So Jam, maybe you want to explain something about that.
Well, explaining probably not, is long day.
Yeah,
the only thing I thought is, guys, that was really spontaneous. Mercy and I spoke about that together. The Creative Incubator is something I have designed for and with ADCE, and it's for the creatives in Europe. And we incubate ideas. And because it's limited in terms of the number of people we get in, it's always done through selection by application. We decided yesterday that everyone who's been a part of this Creative Express can enter the Creative Incubator without application. So you all can join if you want. And you actually, ADCE people get 10% discount, but we thought you get 50% discount on the whole program. So if it makes sense to you to be a part of it, and I promise you this is going to be 6 months of constant content exchange and awesome people, go to ADC Europe site, you find the link to the program, and or write to me, I respond to you, or you land up on the site and you can read everything about it. So I don't bore you with more information, but you're all most welcome to join.
No, but the topic
this was advertising. Okay, back to us, back from promotion back to the Creative Express. Thank you very much.
Exactly.
It's a promotion and an invitation as well, so it's good.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so let's do this after party.
Maybe some of the mentors would like to say one or two sentences. No? Yes. Una, how was it?
Well, why me? Just because I talk lots?
No.
No, it's been a true pleasure. The ideas are amazing. I was blown away. It's in 2 days, it's crazy the amount of work y'all did, and everything was so insightful and really inspired. You can see that you guys put all your heart in it, and I'm just really proud to be part of this whole program. And I really appreciate Alessandro and the European Union to giving us this chance, and I hope we can make a change or a bit of a difference. We'll see.
Yeah,
that was what I had to say. Okay, I'm gonna mute my.
Okay. Betsy, wake up. Okay, Betsy is have to do. David, you enjoyed it?
Yeah, no, I just want to say something. I mean, I hear a lot of good ideas, and it would be great if one of these, yeah, they are just 9, but if one of these go through somehow, somewhere, and it works, it would be amazing, because I don't know. I mean, it's time, and we don't have so much time, and it's beautiful to imagine that these things can, I don't know, be real. I understand that this is the beginning of something. I mean, just these are ideas, and they are rough ideas, but that's how things start from this point, I guess. And I don't know. I will be aware and curious. And
Thank you. So, Eric, how would you recommend to do a human steak with rosemary or rosemary with
I'm
garlic?
just in the kitchen. I'm just fried my fingers already. Just look, man, it's like really one finger I put in the. Jesus, I'm eating it now. I'm cooking.
Thanks.
Cooking.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Okay, Charlotte, some comments?
I'm almost speechless, which rarely never happens. But it's just amazing what you all brought up, and ideas and emotions and positive energy during these very, very express 3 days. I love it.
Thanks. Go diving, Betsy. No.
That's great, but now my laptop, I did water on it.
Ah.
I killed it, but no, it was really great, and it was a big fun to stay with you.
Cool. And now, Irina from Kiev, are you still with us?
Yes, I was astonished with the high level of execution. This is really amazing how guys and girls managed to do such great presentations in 2 days. I imagined if such a speed could be possible in real life, how much money we could earn. Just imagine. Okay. And if to be serious, it's really fantastic time that we spent together, because it showed and proved one more time that togetherness and the European Union are not just words, it's real power.
True. Yes, the borderless creativity and also emotions. So thank you very much again. Hope to see you in real life as soon as possible. I think Mercier will prepare some certificates for all the participants and T-shirts, because this should not be the last one.
White T-shirts, right? So we can write stuff on it.
Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. I'm super pleased, and I'm so grateful. Thank you.
And the best news is that it is still possible to save the world. We just have to convince the rest of the world.
Make some noise. All together.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you
let's make
everyone
some
for
noise.
joining.
Thanks.
Let's keep in touch.
Thanks. Bye-bye, team.
Bye.
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 Bye. Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Nice to meet you, everyone. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Christos Voskres.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Nice to meet you guys.
See you guys. It was great.
Bye, everyone.
I just put some music.
Merce, the live streaming is still on.
Yeah, I have to stop it. Live on YouTube. Stop live stream. Es gravarà, segur, eh? Es grava.